Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Kensington Wine Market Scotch Malt Whisky Society December of 2025 outturn, the last outturn of the year. Uh, we have 7 new drams ahead of us. My name is Evan from Kensington Wine Market. With me is Harmony from Kensington Wine Market. Hopefully, you guys have your bottles or your sample bottles poured in front of you into individual glasses, not all into one. But we will start on the lineup pretty soon. But first, I wanted to talk about a few other things before we dive into things. Um, some of you may have gotten our whiskey, or what are we calling it? It changes every time we say it, I feel like. The KWM 2025 is still not an advent calendar. Whiskey tasting series. If you got that, you probably saw, if you've been working on it, day number one was a Scotch Malt Whiskey Society bottle. And I wanted to share that because that is not in an outturn as of yet. So let's take a look here. So this is the blog post that I did up for day one, but the bottle itself is this guy here. Really fancy label. You might remember the SMWS series from last year that we saw. This is like that. They didn't get the other four bottles in the series just because the Halloween bottle arrived so late for the last one. They didn't want to jip people on that because that one took a long time to sell, unfortunately. But this one they did get in just for the whiskey calendar, and we got some extra bottles of it as well. This is 1.300, the 300th bottle from Glenfarclas. It's mistletoe and whiskey. It is the Christmas dram with the M for Merry Christmas. It is a 13-year-old Glenfarclas that spent part of its life in a first fill PX hogshead. It is big, it is bold, it is decadent, and it is spicy. It is a really, really cool dram. On our website, you can see the Society's tasting notes. I've got my tasting notes up there as well. And yeah, if you're interested, or if you're interested in giving a gift to somebody that comes with Scotch Malt Whisky Society membership, the bottle does coincidentally come into that price range where it gets free membership to a new member for the year. So something to keep in mind if you're looking to give someone else or yourself come Christmas. Fantastic dram if you're looking for something big, bold, and very sherry driven. The other thing I wanted to talk about, if you remember, you did get the Rhythm and Booze tasting email back in early November, I believe. This is an event that is going to be hosted at the Confluence in Fort Calgary on Wednesday, January 14th. And it's going to include some music from the Rhythm and Booze Project, gentlemen from the UK that are coming over and playing here, and then I believe in Vancouver as well as Victoria during the Victoria Whiskey Festival. And of course, because it's put on by the Scotch Malt Whisky Society, there will be some Scotch Malt Whisky Society whiskeys involved as well. So take a look at that. If you go to smws.ca, they do have this up on their website under events. If you are looking to purchase tickets, I've already got mine. Looking forward to it. Should be a lot of fun. With that being said, we have 7 drams in front of us. Harmony and I tasted through these. What was it? Last Friday, last Thursday?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, to set the lineup. And I personally was really impressed with how they showed from the get-go. A lot of the time it takes getting to the tasting myself before I can focus on how they tasted stuff. But given how exciting the lineup was then, I'm really looking forward to seeing if it shows like that now. As we do always with the Scotch Malt Whisky Society outturns, we're going to run through the first time blind. Hopefully, you have that December PDF that I put out after everybody noticed the November PDF was put out first. Um, Up so you can follow along while we're tasting. Feel free to give your tasting notes in the lineup or in the chat as well. But keep some of that glass full, some of that liquid in the glass full, so we can go through it a second time after the first run through and see if things have changed, but also give the missing information and put up the bottles in case you're interested in purchasing one. With that said, let's dive in with whiskey number one, which is a Big Shed Energy.
It's a great name.
It is a fantastic name. So Big Shed Energy, it was entirely matured in a second fill ex-bourbon barrel, 19th of April for the distillation date. 214 bottles of the Outturn, 55.4% alcohol. I haven't been always the biggest lover of the yellow label SMWS bottles, but I've really developed
Mhm.
an appreciation for the fact that they go for that sort of like spicy and dry, sort of like lighter touch or heavier touch with a used cask where the distillate seems to be able to sing on these kind of whiskeys as well. No cask enhancement or secondary cask involved in this one, just full on refill ex bourbon.
It's very earthy and kind of
Yeah,
musty.
yeah, a little bit fruity, a little bit floral. That mustiness is there for me as well. A little bit of waxiness coming through, and just some dusty hay bales for me.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I get like I don't like a cold buttercream kind of note, but
Ooh,
it's
yeah,
in a dirty kitchen. Like you're
yeah,
like in a shed. In a shed. You're making butter in
yeah.
a dusty old shed.
As one
Um,
does. Yeah.
yeah. Um,
Uh, on the cleaner notes, Chris Walker says he gets lemon oil on the nose. I could see there's almost like a lemon note or citrus note, or maybe even like a lemon meringue tart in there for me.
yeah. All right.
So Will says taste is far more citrusy than woodsy. Let's take a look here.
Mm.
Mm,
Oh yeah. Very
nice wood
juicy.
spice right up front. Very juicy though, yeah. Um, there's a bit of dryness, a lot of like peanut shell notes for me right off the hop.
Yeah.
But some underlying fruit notes and that citrus is coming through, and then some wood spice in there as well.
Yeah. It's got like you licked a shed, but then you licked a lemon.
Hmm. Had to clean off the tongue afterwards. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like, oh, you dared me and I did it. And now I need something. And then someone hands you a lemon and you're like,
yeah,
bad choice. But it works in this situation.
that's right. The combination of the two is what
Yeah.
was needed.
Yeah, there's some nice peppery, like that woodsy
Yeah,
peppery spice.
there's
Yeah.
a little bit of like opening up a wooden chest, sorry, and pulling out some mold clothes to it, like just that sort of like wood spice that sticks to the clothes, but that they're still clean as well.
Not mothball.
No, no, more like just
Wanna-
like uh old corduroy that's been sitting in a chest somewhere.
Very cool. It's very like the dry and spicy and dry category 100% fits this mouth feel because there is this like very kind of
Mhm.
tannin like finish on it, like over steep tea,
Yeah,
very much lingering on this. Um,
agreed. Just
but
added a few drops of water to mine just for kicks.
I feel like it might not hurt this. It could be wrong. I'll do 2 drops with you on the first round, which is
It does go like a little bit, or actually much more mellow on the note, like goes more, the wood spices now into like chamomile tea, if we're going on the tea side of things.
yeah, I can see that.
And just a hint of lactic notes coming through, like you added a little bit of milk to that tea.
Yeah, like the buttery notes that I got on the nose come through a little bit more on the palate. Like it's still like that buttercream note that I was smelling, but you dropped it in the dirt.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. 5 second rule.
Exactly.
Yeah. Someone still needs to do a society bottle. That's just called 5 second rule.
Oh my goodness. I think for some people that could be any number of whiskeys in general,
Oh
just
yeah,
if you're not ready.
absolutely.
Very
Um, you
cool.
know, I know what this is, but if I was blinding it, it would kind of veer me in like to one specific distillery's direction.
Me too.
Um, yeah,
I
it's
think
got this
maybe.
like root vegetable and potato thing going on. That reminds me of one specific distillery right now, but to be continued on that. Let's go on to number two. Number two has a very questionable name, I would say. It is Knees Up on a Tugboat. Um, Apparently, that's a British term. I don't know if that makes it any better, honestly. Um, I don't know what you could have called it instead.
Well, I'm picturing like I'm hoping it's just like I don't know if I can say this, but that specific rum pirate pose that a certain
Yeah,
brand.
but
Uh,
when you're saying both knees, that's the problem.
well, you can't decide which knee you want up.
That's right.
Um,
You're just like squatting on two barrels at this point.
right.
Still like a really curious pose, unless
Right.
you're getting into some more extracurricular activities, I would say. But yeah, knees up apparently means party. So there you go.
No, random.
Yeah. First fill ex bourbon barrel for this guy, 11th of June, not too far from my birthday, for the distillation day. 201 bottles from the Outturn, 57.6% alcohol. So I don't know what knees up smells like. I don't even want to hazard a guess, honestly, but does have this really sort of like ozony, salty coastal note to it.
Yeah. Yes, it does. There's
A
also
little bit
something
of
kind of dirty going on here, but there's
mm,
also a nice, like, oily, sticky
yeah,
caramel note.
caramel's nice. I was thinking like somehow a combination of olive oil and icing sugar on there.
I can
It
see
just
both of those.
Yeah, it like it noses clean at the same time though.
Yeah.
A little bit of like a dryer sheet note in there for me right now too. Febreze. Someone sprayed some Febreze on something on the tugboat, I guess.
There's two. I don't know. I'm not going to go into the name anymore. It's a good party, though, if you have to Febreze and stuff. I don't know.
Look, okay, yeah,
Maybe.
absolutely. I don't. This feels like it's got to be like at least an NC-17 rated party.
Well, yeah, it
Mm,
feels like coastal, not just salty, but like kind of
yeah.
seafoody notes kind of
Yes.
wafting through there.
Yeah. A little bit of that on the palate too goes into that sort of like grilled shellfish note, but still has that icing sugar and olive oil note for me as well. Still very much coastal. Lots of salty notes, a lot of pepperiness to it as well.
Oh yeah.
Has a lot of the wood spices that were coming through on the first one there as well.
Hmm. It's got this like, I don't know, like pink gum. There's like a sweetness there, like
Yeah.
strawberry of some sort as well, which is a weird combination to go with that like
Hmm.
seashell note and salt. But
Yeah. Yeah. Like you had some sliced strawberries with your shrimp or something like that.
yeah, well, it's almost like a fruit flavored like Hubba Bubba, but
Yep.
or just yeah, it's kind
Have
of
you ever had
interesting.
strawberries with black pepper on them? Because it does have a bit of
Oh,
that. Yeah.
I want to. I'm going to next time I see a strawberry. I'm gonna find some pepper.
That's right. That's right. Not usually in the same area all the time, but I've added a few drops of water to mine. The oiliness stays there. Uh, Gets a bit more pronounced.
I think it softens up the nose quite a bit. It doesn't feel as
Yeah,
sharp, it feels a little bit more rounded.
the
Yeah.
saltiness kind of goes away a bit with water.
Little honey.
Hmm.
Mm. Oh, it's got some like Laffy Taffy notes happening.
Yeah, a little bit of lychee sweetness wise as well.
I added some water and it does kind of the finish isn't my favorite with water. It's
Yeah,
like dry. It's a lot more dry.
it's going into that peanut shells and a little bit of like tannic bitterness.
Yeah, yeah, bitter for sure.
Agreed.
Kind of rusty.
Hmm.
don't do water. Don't do it.
Yeah,
I mean, unless
unless
you're
you like
very
that really
adventurous.
rusty style. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, on to number three in our lightning round. This one is called Aeroplane Elevation.
Ooh.
First fill ex-bourbon hogshead this time around for the vessel. 13th of February, one shy of Valentine's Day. For the distillation date, Outturn of 304 bottles, 59.2% alcohol.
It's like very floral,
Yeah,
very fruity.
juicy fruit gum and just like a light touch of like varnished wood on there for me.
Yeah, I agree with Derek's like candy bag. It's just like
Hmm.
all the candy.
Yeah. Yeah, this
Yeah,
is the Halloween pillowcase aftermath.
I know. Yeah, some banana notes. This is
Yeah,
ex-bourbon, so that's coming through for me.
makes sense. Yeah, I get where you're going with that. Yeah, almost into like banana chips, like the dry banana chips.
Mm. I'm still thinking about Derek's bag of candy. It's got the banana ones in there, not the
Hmm.
runts, like the weird marshmallowy ones that I hate the texture
Hmm.
of.
Pardon me, Will says this is a spicy dram. I'm assuming he's talking about aeroplane about elevation because I agree. Quite a bit of spice right up front there.
Oh yeah.
Spicy and like almost aggressively spicy up front, but then it kind of settles in and gets juicy on the finish for me.
It's spicy in an interesting way. Like for me, it's peppery, but there's also some heat here, and there's
Yeah.
other things I don't know that I think fall into the spicy category. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, it's very tingly. Yeah, I agree
There's a
with you.
little there's a little bit of like peanut oil and going into pistachios on second nosing for me.
Oh,
Yeah, like shelling pistachio nuts.
oh, cool. I can see that.
Very tea like the first one as well this time around for me,
That
especially with a few drops
dry,
of water. Yeah.
dry tannins. I'm going to reserve water, I think, for this one till the second round
Hmm.
because I do think it's going to change this a lot, but I want to see how the time in the glass also changes it.
So for me with water, um, it changes when the spice hits on the palate. Without water, the spice hit was right up front. It kind of delays the spice by a couple seconds and then it comes in and then softens up again and gets really juicy. Vanilla honey, that's a cool note. I would agree with that on this one. Almost, especially with water going into vanilla bean notes on the nose there, and into like a really like gingery ginger beer for the spice there now with water.
Cool. I almost
Uh,
feel like I was getting some like chili notes, like with the level of spice, but just like very,
yeah.
very mild, like just snuck in there accidentally.
Hmm. Yeah, I could see that. And Will says the sensation notwithstanding, the flavor profile is very even and mellow. It is a like a pretty mellow dram for having packing that much spice in it. Um,
Mhm.
Pretty cool sort of dichotomy going on there between the spicy and juicy notes. The banana notes, those candied banana and dried banana notes kind of stick all the way through too, which is cool. Let us go on to number four.
Mm.
This one, I'm looking forward to how it shows because, man, it was showing good when we set the lineup. This is called Adrift of Time. You can see it's part of the old and dignified, so get your wallets out. Lineup wise and price wise, first fill ex bourbon barrel all the way through for however old this is. 9th of May for the distillation date, 162 bottles from the Outturn, 58.4% alcohol.
It's like a creamsicle popsicle,
Yeah.
not in like not just the orange ones. Like you can sometimes get like the pink ones, pink creamsicle.
Jeremy says smells expensive. I would agree. It's specifically some like a combination of new and like old folded up $100 bills in there.
Yes, I like to keep an assortment
Yeah.
of $100 bills in my
I
pocket.
think if I nose it long enough, I'll be able to decide how many $100 bills that is, but we'll see.
Mhm.
Very dunnage driven. Lots of dunnage warehouse notes and like just sticking your nose into the barrel notes in it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a little bit, just like a touch of wet wood in there.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely the wet wood note. Still getting those creamsicle notes all over the place. A little bit of cream soda even on there.
Hmm.
Touch of icing sugar. More pastry
Yeah.
driven than icing sugar, though, I'd say.
Yeah.
Hmm. Quite waxy on the palate.
Oh, wow. That's
Lots
yummy.
of like apple
Cinnamon.
strudel notes. A little bit of cinnamon, you said?
Yeah, like baking cinnamon, not like the artificial
Yeah.
kind.
Yeah, good call. Even that dryness of the like a cinnamon stick coming through and a bit of that spice. Jeremy says lavender and honey, very cool note.
Trevor and Susie said gooseberries, which I think is
Cool.
fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Even on the nose, going back to it, does have those
Yeah,
gooseberry notes.
that's a great note.
Yeah.
Now that I know what they are.
Yeah. It's that note in Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand. That's what they are.
No, that note is cat pee. Um,
That too. There's this, it almost goes bitter, but there's some sourness in there on the
Mhm.
finish. Um, Kind of going into like a white balsamic note, but which is odd for an ex-bourbon barrel. But yeah, lots of like really like fresh, f juicy pears and apples in there still.
Yeah,
Lychee again for me, gooseberries I
yeah.
can definitely see.
Oh, wait.
And along with that lavender and honey note, just like a little bit of like the wood paneling in a sauna, that sweating as a sauna is steaming everything up there.
Yeah, there's some nice like
Mhm.
wood spice and tons of tropical fruit surprisingly
Yeah,
good. But it's obviously more than just your pineapple and mango.
yeah.
Like it's a lot of orchard fruits, I guess I should say.
I'm going to add a few drops. That's probably dangerous given how this could be over. I've got some more to dump in afterwards, though, just in case. Trevor and Susie say Kananaskis Spa with a fruit and cheese plate. That's a cool note. Or that's a cool
Okay.
place to be. One or the other,
I
maybe
need to
both.
do that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, we get fruit and cheese plates all the time at Kensington Wine Market, but we don't get the Kananaskis Spa brought over for some reason.
Oh.
We really need
I
to talk
wonder if
about
we
to
could
peasant
like
about that.
order like massage tables and get like a masseuse to come and like you and I get massages as we lead a tasting
Oh,
and
that'd be
each our own.
fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nobody else gets it, just us. So we
yeah,
can just really pass on our expert
yeah,
tasting notes afterwards.
yeah. Yeah, my tasting notes would involve just me purely snoring, probably at that point. But
Ah, that would be understandable.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, those floral notes in there too. Great dram. Reminds me of like a slightly aged, like late harvest Gewürztraminer in style with the floral and spice notes. Cool, cool stuff.
That's a cool note. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see
Okay,
that.
on to uh potentially gear shift in here. Let's go on to a distillery first release from the SMWS. Number five is called the Caped Cake Wrestler. Uh, Cast type is one first fill SGR barrique. No secondary cask in there. It was entirely
Ooh.
matured in that first fill SGR barrique. SGR stands for shaved, toasted, recharred. And typically they're shaving, toasting, and recharring a cask that previously held red wine specifically. So it caramelizes some of that red wine that had leached into the wood up. And sometimes that gives definitely some color based on what Harmony's showing in there, but also some of the flavor and spice coming from the red wine cask in there as well. Let's see if that translates. 26th of April for the distillation date, 288 bottles from the Outturn, 58.3% alcohol.
Oh yeah, it's showing lots of like raisin and
Yeah.
prunes and just, your grape based spirits.
Uh, Toasted raisin bagel right now for me.
Oh, it's a good note.
Or even going a bit into hot cross buns uh, right now.
Find the palate or the nose like a little bit muted compared to the first few we've had.
A little bit. The char definitely comes out on the palate. The wine's there. It doesn't go like super like a very, very winey cask, but the wine is there. The char's there. There's still some toastiness. There's plenty of berries and fruits coming on there too. A little bit of those Maynard Swedish berries coming through for me. Touch of cherry as well. And then going back to the nose, a little bit of clove coming through it now with everything too.
It finishes a little bit like a nice kirsch with the
Yeah, that's a
cherry
good call.
nose. Or like, oh, you know what it kind of also reminds me of on the finish is that Society, the ch classic cherry Cliff Foodie
Yeah, the
like
Armagnac.
dessert, that Armagnac. It has like
Yeah,
little wisps of that in here.
almost going into like that cherry halls or cherry cough syrup note
Like
even.
a cherry brandy,
Yeah,
even. Yeah,
like the real cough syrup.
the real stuff. Um, oh,
Yeah, even a touch of along those lines, like a really dense Black Forest cake coming through from
yeah,
you right now.
yeah.
Still very toasty with everything as well from that cask. Chris Walker says, are Briques used exclusively for wine? Brique typically, and I don't know if there's a standard size. I always think of them as being around 225 liters, but they do vary from region to region. But typically, when you see Brique, it's going to be a French cask. Uh,
Mhm.
and that's like it's kind of like saying hogshead in the UK
Right.
or barrel in America where there's like a standard sizing involved unless they do show the liters to it. You can get smaller barriques as far as I know, but if they just say barrique, usually it's going to be that standard size, which is probably around 225, I believe.
That's correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this is interesting stuff. It's like really juicy, really spicy, still has a lot of toastiness going on. But there's like these Twizzlers and nibs notes, like it's got these candy notes in there as well.
Hmm.
Kirsch again, like you said,
Just like
it's a fun dram.
ginger
Ginger, yeah.
snaps. Wow. I really like this one.
Mhm. Not too bad with water even as well. A lot of the time, I'm not a fan of wine cast with water. It does bring out a bit more spice notes, but it doesn't go full on astringent for me. Prefer it without though. On to number six in our lightning round. Number six is called Browsing in a Christmas Shop. How apropos. Uh, this is our first two cask whiskey in the lineup. Initial cask was an ex-bourbon hogshead. Final cask was a first fill PX hogshead. So ex-bourbon to sherry, and bold and big and sweet sherry typically with PX. 23rd of October for distillation date, 175 bottles for the Outturn, 62.5% alcohol. I think that is the highest in the lineup, if I remember correctly. Yeah, looks like it.
Mm. Very like very orange driven.
Yeah, and cloves again, but going into Benedictine territory, like
Yeah.
brandy with cloves and orange peel, and you lit it all on fire.
Seems like a waste of a good tart, but um, minced meat tarts coming through the
Yeah,
chat right now. That's a great note.
nice. It almost kind of noses as like a potentially more mature version of Cape Crusader for me.
Oh,
A
I
little
do love
bit
our
denser.
chocolate.
Yeah,
Yes, yeah, definitely a more mature uh, whiskey. It feels like there's either that or there's just a lot of cask influence, and this must have
yeah,
had like Terry's chocolate oranges beforehand.
that's right. Terry's Chocolate Orange Cast. They should have listed that really.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, a little bit of like a Grand Marnier note along with those oranges in there.
Mm.
Still getting those big clove notes and a very like charred and toasty cask again, along with those mincemeat notes going into full-on fruit cake, Christmas cake stylistically.
Yeah,
Touch of molasses.
big time. And it's finishing to me a little bit more like an Amari or like a herbal bitter
Yeah,
liqueur,
yeah,
like even almost like an Underberg bigger bitter.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and like a touch of mulled wine and mulling spices in there as well. Maybe going into Unicum bitters or
Mm.
what's the one with the stag on it?
A bitter with a stag. The Jaeger.
Yeah, Jägermeister.
Yeah, it's not quite Jaeger, but I get it.
Yeah, yeah. You
Mm.
drink enough of it, it might come up like Jaeger uh, afterwards. But
Yeah. I really like Jägermeister and that type of liqueur. I like trying them.
mhm,
Um, so it's it's fun. Some reason I haven't quite completely got around actual like Fernet bitters, but I can do
mhm.
like the easier style.
Yeah, I don't know if that's easier. Like
I don't know. I
you
mean,
you go into Jaeger and that's like a pretty like that's almost like an Amaro time up to the power of two style bitter.
yeah, maybe it's just the type of bitter that I have to
Yeah.
like or not like because I struggle with some like Fernet and some
Hmm.
others. But I'm also very new to the category of like Amaro or Amari, and so it's fun to try.
Hmm. I do like like I haven't tried a ton, but the I've had some Amaro I've really enjoyed where they either go for that hyper bitter style with some sweetness, or
Yeah,
I've had one that like went fantastically into some peppermint notes was
yeah.
really cool.
Cool. Yeah, this one's definitely
Mm,
leaning more into if you had to do a bitter or an Amaro, it'd be more like a Donini Amaro with like lots of orange citrus and zest.
hmm.
This is a really wonderful whiskey, though. I really
Yeah.
enjoy
And a couple drops of water did not kill it at all. It holds up to the water really, really nicely for being partially matured in a sherry cask.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
uh, Chris says, as kids, my grandmother would give my brother and me Jaeger and Unterberger when we had upset stomachs. Yeah, I probably would have been like you and have complained about being sick all the time if my grandmother was like that. But Good to see you that it didn't affect you as an adult there, Chris. Uh, let's go on to number seven. And the last but not least, we are finally, after six unpeated drams, going into peated territory. Number seven is called Gastronomic Beachcombing. Again, two casks in this one. Initial casks, plural, were ex-bourbon hogsheads. Final cask was one singular, first fill PX butt. So going for big bold sherry again, it looks like. 5th of March for the distillation date, 532 bottles. So the Outturn is 58.9% alcohol.
Hmm.
Oh, big shifting gears with that peat there on the nose.
Oh yeah. It's that like beach barbecue all over again.
Yeah. A little bit of cigar smoke on this one for me too.
Very smoky. Yeah.
Just a touch of like a smoky lavender or even going into like a soapy like Thrills gum note on the nose for me.
It's fishy. Um,
Yeah. Fish oil.
yeah, but not like it's not the typical like seared tuna or salmon that I'm
It's
used
kind
to.
of like a smoked mussel note for me.
Tons of that sherry cask too coming through, like
Yeah.
all your red fruits and or raisins and prunes and everything is being trying to be like killed with smoke.
Yeah. A little bit of like a molasses driven barbecue sauce note for me in there as well. Chris says nose of the night for me. Yeah, it's a pretty fantastic nose. There's been some of the lineup, especially earlier on, that were maybe a bit more mellow and muted. There's nothing really mellow or muted when you get into the peat smoke on this one.
Nope, not at all.
Yeah, very, very barbecuey again on the palate. Just like barbecuing jumbo shrimp, a
Hmm.
little bit of a clam bake going on, even going into like a Cullen skink soup territory or like clam chowder territory, I guess.
Okay. The palate, I agree, Jeremy, is surprisingly sweet. It's a lot of grilled fruit that's
Yeah,
coming through for me. Like the finish is a little bit more like pineapples and oranges on the barbecue and
yeah,
kind of like sticky plums and yeah,
yeah.
juicy
I get where you're
raisins.
going. Yeah, tons of dried fruits and kind of like just an all fruit. You're cooking down a bunch of fruit in a pot note to it.
And then you're like, oh, what the heck? Let's just throw this lobster and crab in the fruit
Yeah,
salad.
and some
One
cloves.
dish. Who wants to do dishes? Everything
Yeah, that's
is.
right. Just a touch
We
of
do
like
this with OJ.
nice.
Yes.
There you go.
It's funny.
Orange juice or OJ Simpson? Which one?
I think it's juice. Please be juice. Otherwise, you're gonna have to expand on how you know.
Yeah, that's right. And what your escape plan is.
Yeah.
Yeah, super ashy. Big short hit of ash on the palate, in a good way. That's a
Yeah.
killer dram. Really chewy, like the dryness and like kind of hits the side of your mouth there in a big way on the finish.
Hmm.
Yeah, delicious stuff. I don't know what you could possibly put. You probably have to go into Octomore territory to get something like an eighth dram or a dram to go after this because this is a big chewy dram.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Goes a
And
little bit barnyardy with water there too.
I think what is it that is it the point two series of Octomore that does all the wine casks?
Yeah,
I think you're
good
gonna have
call.
to stay in that lane if you veered
Yep.
off for another dram of the night.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, fun lineup. Uh, let's go back to number one. I got to re-pour my drams here with the other half of them because that first half did not last. It'll be interesting to see if Big Shed Energy still tastes like anything after that last one.
To me, it's like you're a kid and you're sitting on a stump and you're just like eating candy, like Laffy Taffy. Like it's all
Yeah,
toffee candies to me. Somebody
there's
gave me a
like a
giant
touch
bucket.
of. I agree with you. There's
Yeah.
a touch of like spits at a baseball game, like sunflower seeds and spitting out the shells and stuff in there for me right now on the nose too. Still has that big floral note.
That earthy note seems to have calmed down. Um, I don't know if it's
Hmm.
because I put some water in, but it's definitely
It could be because of the
nice.
peat on the last whiskey too. That is just that earthy note's being muted. It's 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 not like bold. It's still a mellow dram, but there's a lot more floral and fruit notes coming through on the palate now for me too.
That creaminess and butteriness that I found in the first round just seems to be taking over the kind of earthy energy that it used to have.
Hmm. There's a touch of like fruit salad, like very, very melon driven. Like it's the cheap chaff that's been stuck left in the fruit salad plate, all the cantaloupe and honeydew that nobody wanted. But then someone tossed it like just a touch of mango salsa on it, like just to flavor it up a bit.
Very cool. The second pass of this whiskey um, completely ruined the distillery that I thought it was.
Same. I'm not getting that like potato like or like digging up potatoes or tuber like note that I was getting on the finish there the same way. It still has a bit of a peanutty finish, but not much.
That
Much
could just be the
fruitier.
barrel. Maybe it's a Jim Beam
Yeah,
cask.
yeah. It would totally make sense if it was ex Jim Beam.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to the reveal on this guy. So, Big Shed Energy. This is from Speyside. Let me share my screen here. Actually, I'll get to this is live on our website now too if you are looking to order. Big Shed Energy.
Which I
So
think
this
if you have
is
a cabin or a fishing place, you need this bottle to be
yeah.
there for you. Yeah.
So this is SMWS 73.168, the 168th cask of distillery number 73, which is Altmore Distillery. Uh, it is 13 years old from the 19th of April, 2011. Price is 158.99. I don't know, like Andrew especially, but a lot of us at KWM, partially because of Andrew, and I think a lot because of Kurt as well, have been banging on about really liking refill cask whiskey and how the if the time is given to let the cask do its thing and mingle with the spirit and not take over the spirit, it can be fun stuff. There's a lot of that to this whiskey, in my opinion, and it shows in a really, really good way. Um, yeah, really happy with that dram. Great starter dram. That's usually we don't get spicy and dry right up front. Usually those go a little bit further on in the lineup.
No, I liked it. I liked it a lot. And I was surprised by it. At 13 years, I think it's very approachable and
Yeah,
very drinkable. Like that. There's, yeah, I would drink this again for sure.
yeah, me too. On to number two. How's it holding up? Even
Everybody
more
still
icing
needs
sugar
up
driven.
on
Yeah,
music at this
everybody's still needs
party.
up.
Yeah. It smells like fresh laundry.
Yeah, still has a bit of that salty coastal note, though I think some of that's gone away. Touch of that olive oil still, but that's muted a bit more. Will Christie said he took a tugboat to the knee. I have no idea what position that refers to.
I think it's a dance move that you do at parties.
Dance move. Okay.
I don't know if Chris is a dancer. It might take a lot of whiskey, but I doubt it.
Yeah, that's right.
But he might take a knee after a lot of whiskey at a party.
That's right. That's right.
I have no words. I was gonna say every good knees up has a knee trembler involved somewhere, and now you guys can
Mhm.
all bugger off and find out what knee trembler means.
Yeah. To be continued on another society bottle label, I'm sure.
No, I don't think they would put that on a label. Trust me on that.
Ooh, we're getting Elder Scrolls quotes out there now. Nice. Um, yeah, this one's still showing well. The saltiness is kind of not like right up front anymore, but it's still there. I've shared the link, but let's share the screen here. This is SMWS 93.218. It is a 218th cask from Glen Scotia Distillery in Campbelltown. Uh, not Well, I mean, it's definitely got its own individual traits, but we've been seeing some pretty good sort of 8 to 10-year-old Glen Scotias of this ilk, like mostly unpeated or entirely unpeated, that are really salty and juicy and style, and I've been loving them. This one's from 2015 for the distillation date, and it is 168.99.
Nice.
I don't think this one had any sister casks, but just a reminder if you're looking for other 93s, two other really good 93s that are still available here. One is Transcendent Experience, which was fantastic, in my opinion. And then if you want something bolder, An Unexpected Feast as well, was great. Love me some Glen Scotia.
Yeah, that's very
Back
nice.
back to number three, Aeroplane Elevation.
It's like all like banana cream
Yeah,
filling.
yeah, full on banana cream now. Like it's not as candied, but still very banana-esque, almost like you're peeling a banana, where you get a bit of the banana peel note, but it's the fresh banana inside.
Mm-hmm. That little bit of lemon still coming through,
Mhm.
vanilla.
Yeah, a touch of honey as well, which I think was mentioned the first time through by somebody. This is the one where it had that big spice note up front first time through, wasn't it? The
Um,
spice, maybe because my palate's kind of like
it was, yeah.
acclimated. It's not as spicy this time around.
Oh, I think it's still very spicy.
Yeah?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, like right down my tongue. It's spicy.
Wow.
There's some heat to it. It feels like with the heat and the spice, like for me, it's indicating it's a bit of a younger whiskey.
Mhm. Yeah, I think that's a good call. Spicy nacho cheese, say Trevor and Susie. Trevor and Susie should have been around to try a cast sample from a distillery we had this afternoon. That was like
I know
full
they would have.
on green pepper and bell pepper notes. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
There is a little bit of that like queso note, actually, now that you say it, even on the nose.
No,
That's a good call.
no.
Sorry, Evan, could you repeat what you just said? I didn't hear that.
Sorry, there is just a touch of a queso note on the nose there to go along with Trevor and Susie's spicy nacho cheese note that they pointed out there.
I actually like this one the better the second time round.
Yeah.
It's
I
there's kind of almost like you said queso, but I'm also getting almost like this very uh mushroom reduction note on the
cool.
finish. Like a really
Yeah.
just like if you've got marinated mushrooms and then you fry
Yeah.
them, you saute them up and you pour them over rice or mashed potatoes or
Yeah.
whatever, like with a
Going
steak.
into that very sort of pungent umami note.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
That's a
that's
good call.
brilliant on the finish. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that.
There is a bit of that like mushroom risotto with some the Parmesan cheese melted in there too, and that's a good call. Let's share this one. Uh, Pretty cool whiskey that goes in a lot of different directions. So aeroplane elevation. This is SMWS 6.80. SMWS 6, that distillery we don't see a lot of from the SMWS. This is McDuff Distillery. We have seen not some in the past, but not a ton. 9 years old from the Highlands, McDuff Distillery. More people would likely know it under the name Glen Devron or the Devron for their official bottlings. They don't bottle under the name McDuff because that name is trademarked by somebody else, even though it's a distillery name. Um, this is from the 13th of February, 2015 as a 9-year-old, and it is 145.
Cool.
And there's a link for that guy. If I can actually get it in the chat here. There we go. Yeah, so the Devron, Glen Devron, I think it was duty free where they sold it as Glen Devron for some reason. I don't know why they changed it between the two, but
And to be different.
Mhm.
Just putting the Glen in front of it in case you didn't know it was Scottish. You
Yeah.
now know. Yeah.
So this with McDuff and Altmore, the one that we've started on with Big Shed Energy, those are owned by the same company. They're both owned by Bacardi. Uh, just for a little bit of quiz territory there. Let's go to Adrift in Time. Number 4. How is it holding up?
I've already called my bank manager to arrange a loan for this one.
Good. Good call. Still has that creamsicle note.
Mm-hmm. Is this the one where you said cinnamon bagels?
No, there was raisin bagels on was it the next one?
Oh, I don't know. Because I kind
There's a
of can
touch of
get
cinnamon.
like a cinnamon raisin bagel.
Mhm. There's something about this nose that is just fantastic. A little bit of burlap sacks, some waxiness in there,
Mhm.
light, delicate, but decadent fruit. Peppered Twizzlers, Jeremy says, nice. So creamsicle
100%.
was a great note, and this actually had a sister cask years ago called Orange Creamsicle Crush. That was in our whiskey
Mhm.
calendar, in the 2023 whiskey calendar, I believe. A
Yes, because
fantastic
I bought the
house
bottle
whiskey.
in January 24, which I
Yeah,
still have. I've not touched it yet.
I
That's
still have one and a half of the minis, the 100 milliliter bottles, because I loved that dram. Um, so this is cask number, as I share the screen here, 63.113, the 113th cask from Glen Talker's distillery. Fantastic distillery. Most of what it produces goes into Ballantines as a blend. But man, when you get some like mid-teen to mid to late 20s Glen Talkers from ex-bourbon tends to be like fruity and fantastic and just gorgeous whiskey, as this one is.
Yeah. Yeah. Really lovely. I love Glen Talker's spirit in bourbon.
Yeah.
To me, it's where it's meant to be.
There was recently the 27-year-old in the Macbeth collection, Act
Mm.
2. That was quite good as well. I think this one might actually be better for the price though, too.
Oh, wait. For the price,
Yeah.
this is outstanding.
Killer.
And I think Chris's bank manager is going to be very happy with this price.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, he's gonna
I
be like,
can
I
get a
thought you
low
said
I
it
can get
was
a
gonna be
low interest
expensive.
loan for this one.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Do you know if this is sorry, do you know
Go ahead.
when Orange Creamsicle Crush and Oh Behave were distilled? Because I'm just trying.
So O Behave was around the same time, if I remember correctly, but it wasn't. I don't think it was a sister. Could be
Orange
wrong.
Creamsicle Crush, Oh Behave, Wickedly Vile and Despicably Dreadful are
Yeah.
all the triple sister casks. So
Okay.
I'm wondering if this is like the
Oh,
elder anti cask.
So I think this is the cast they held back then. A good call because for the sister cast me about Oh Behave, but it was probably just because Wickedly Vile was in there and it's a super long thing to type out. But yeah, so this is 9th of May 2002. Those ones were 18 and 19-year-olds, if I remember correctly,
All three were
trail
19s. They were all
19s. Thank you.
19s.
mm.
But yeah, uh, hopefully they held back more casks because this one's still just killing it.
Oh, I made a mistake. Oh, Creamsicle Crush was in the January 23 outturn.
Mhm.
Oh
Also, it was
Behave
a
was
22,
in
22 whiskey calendar.
yes. Oh Behave was in April 23 and Wickedly Vile was in June 23. So I bought all three of them. Wickedly Vile is gone. It's the
Mhm.
other two are not are
Yeah,
but they're holy shit good whiskeys.
yeah,
And this one is
yeah, they
pretty good.
are. And honestly, the price isn't bad. 275. It is a 21-year-old
Yeah.
cask strength whiskey.
Uh,
Um,
Creamsicle was 220, 250, just under 260.
yep,
Oh Behave was 230. Wickedly Vile was 260. So that falls
Very
in
well
line.
priced.
It's 2 years younger, right? So
yep. Chris, you're doing the selling for us, man. Appreciate
yeah, well, just leave one behind. At least
it.
one.
Will Christie says it's like fudge with nougats, and nougat were dusted with some wood spices. That's a great note. Love that bottle.
Oh,
Uh,
that's so good.
Back to the Cape Crusader. How's the STR cask holding up?
It's surprisingly a touch smoky.
Yeah, it's the char coming through, I think.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of that ozone, like you just dumped some water on some hot rocks in a sauna or in a steam room.
Still
The
getting that.
berry notes. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I find the ginger still like woven throughout this.
Mhm. Yeah, it's got even a touch of like a stale ginger beer, like a ginger beer you've just left open for a while. Even into like
Just
the
a little
King's ginger
chocolate
liqueur.
notes.
Very
Yeah, and
charred
it
and roasted.
if you put chocolate on it, it's like
Yeah.
chocolate, ginger, like butterscotch, so it's like topped in
Yeah.
chocolate.
Um, Even going into Nutella spread on the palate for me, like some really roasted hazelnut notes.
Cool.
Will Christie says, I get the cake note now, like red velvet cake on the nose, but the flavor is toffee, choke cherries, and craisins with some maple. Nice.
Oh yeah.
Maple's
Maple.
a good call.
That's a great call.
So this is a point one. First time we've seen this distillery from the SMWS in Canada. First casted bottled from this distillery proper at all. Uh, this is distillery number 161.1. We recently, although I wasn't in on it, and I think Harmony missed it as well, Sean and Andrew had a chance to talk with the owner of this distillery in a recent virtual tasting.
Yeah. I don't know
So
what I
this,
was doing, but I'm upset I missed it.
I think you actually had a private tasting going on or something, if I remember correctly. But this is from Nick Nean Distillery. That's NC apostrophe NCEA, not, yeah, NC
Yeah,
apostrophe NEAN for Nick
but
Nean Distillery. So 6 years old from the Highlands, STR Barrique, from the 26th of April, 2018. I think they started up in 2017, if I remember correctly. So near the beginnings of things at the distillery. I really want to go back and do that tasting on my own time at some point, the virtual, because they are doing some interesting stuff there. They definitely do have some STR Barrique use, but they also are relatively unique for a young distillery where they've kind of everybody tries to think long term, but they actually have two different distillation or distillate types. One that they make intentionally to like age or mature and release young, and then they have a distillate style that's meant to age for 10 plus years or more. That we really haven't seen yet, which is an interesting concept.
that's cool. I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
just all I knew about them is that they were trying to maintain a like organic, recyclable, biodynamic distillery.
Yep.
Um,
And they're now a certified B Corporation as well to go along with that.
Very
But
cool.
female owned and operated or owned by one Annabelle Thomas, I believe her name is, who spent time and still does marketing in London within the UK. But her family had land out in the Highlands, and she built a distillery on it, which is really cool.
Very cool.
Didn't you guys do a tasting with her last week or the week before?
Yeah, we said
Hmm.
Sorry, I'm watching
that.
hockey.
Oh,
What's
I'm
the
so
score?
I've got well, I'm watching Habs Jets.
Hmm.
So I'm trying I'm so anyways, 2-2 in the third.
Cool.
I muted him. Get focus here.
No NHL scores till after the tasting, I guess. Let's go on to number six. So this is back to browsing in a Christmas shop. Still
Which
has
is
that really boozy Christmas cake note for me. Even a touch of pine needles right now as well.
so this like in Home Alone when he's like walking around the toy store for the first
Yeah,
time, this is what he smells.
yeah,
This is the scene.
yeah. With the most boring toy store ever in a movie, from what I can recall, because it's all like non-branded, like 1950s wooden toys.
Hey, he got some beautiful turtle dove decorations, okay?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
beautiful.
We should get those for the shop.
Mm.
There's a touch of a
So
peach note coming through with everything now too.
I was gonna say stone fruit now more than
Yeah.
citrus. Like it's I've definitely the orange is like all over the place, but um stone fruit, I'm definitely getting more of that like syrupy cola note, um, molasses. Mm,
Yeah, definitely getting those molasses notes. A little bit more like just wood notes coming through as well on the nose for me.
hmm
Mm.
mm.
Oh man, that stone fruit note is coming through a lot. This actually has quite evolved quite a bit. This is SMWS 44.170. So this is 170th cast from Craig Elligy distillery bottled by the SMWS. Uh, Probably the reason that it's so high ABV, because we've since seen some pretty high ABV Craig Elligy's from the SMWS and from other independent bottlers in the past as well. Adelphi had some mid to high 60s ones, if I remember, for a while.
Mhm.
A few other companies did as well. And
Yeah.
this is showing good. So this is 241.99. It is a 16-year-old from 2006. And it did have or does have some sister casks. including appealingly crispy and crunchy. I think I wrote down the wrong cast number for that one. But also 44.149, the early bird gets the worm, which was a
Mm.
reference to worm tubs that Craig Ellicky Distillery has. I sometimes we get these secondary sherry casks where everything just gets a little bit disjointed. But this one, especially on the second go round, is showing really, really nicely for me.
I agree. It's very nice. I don't find it overly dominated by that PX cask. I think
Yeah,
it's nicely done. If you're filling in the blanks on your handout after 12 years next bourbon, it only spends like a f- 4 years in that PX cask, which is considerable, but I think with
yeah,
its hefty spirit, um, it just it did its work a little bit slower, perhaps.
absolutely. Yeah, the spirit held up to it.
Yeah, it
It's a
did.
great thing about distilleries like Craig Ellicky and Mortlock, of course, and then the likes of Ben Rinnes and a few others where they have the worm tubs and had that sort of meteor spirit that um, it can take age and it can also take heavy casks and still stand up to it, which is really fun. Well, last but not least, back to the peated whiskey in the lineup.
The name
Gastronomic
just gave it
beachcombing.
away for me.
Yep.
Yeah. Anytime it says beach, I have to assume it's one thing.
Yeah. Highland Park, right?
No, Kalila
This is,
every
of
time.
course, a Kalila. That's right. Yeah, I don't know, like it would have to be a Lafroig maybe to have this kind of boldness to it without being Kalila. Like
Hmm.
it's just such a big, bold whiskey, even in
And
that sherry.
smoky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's if we're talking Isla, yeah, absolutely. If it's not Octomore, it has
Yeah.
to be Lefroy.
This could almost go like toe to toe with some Octomores, I feel like too.
I
Like
think it
it's
could.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just it's big all around. It's everything's dialed up to 11, but it's still really well put together. Um, so only 12 years old. At 9 years of age, two bourbon hogsheads from the same Isla distillery were filled into a first fill European oak Pedro Jimenez butt for further maturation. Still hit 58.9% alcohol with those two casks from 2012 originally. 217.99 for the price. There's been what we're very blessed and lucky to get a lot of Kalila from the SMWS. We've had plenty lately, and a lot of them in this sherry cask style. They've all been pretty good. I've talked about it in the past. It is so hard to fuck up a Kalila. It's almost impossible to ruin the spirit. I feel like no matter what cask you put it in, it tends to end up pretty good. I think this is my favorite cask I've seen of Kalila for a little bit from the SMWS personally. I love the fact that everything's dialed up to 11 in it, but it still is just like a really drinkable whiskey. It's not one like an Octomore where it's just like, well, I had my dram. No, I can put it away for 6 months.
Yeah. I mean,
I
you could almost do that with this, but I wouldn't want to stop drinking it. I really love it. Um, it's a beautiful combination of like food flavors and fruit and other liqueurs and
Yep,
smoke. Yeah, it's like you took the whole restaurant and you put it under one of those big smoke lids and just
that's
cranked it
right.
up and then you forgot and you're like, too late, we're open. And you just stir
Yeah,
it all.
yeah, that's right. It wasn't old fashioned. Now it's just a glass full of smoke.
Yeah.
this one I think and bake what is it? Bacon baked in treacle from last year would
Yeah,
be my two favorite Kalilas from the
I
society.
can see that. The bacon baked one was a little bit more like syrupy, if I remember correctly. But
Yeah, it was goopy.
yeah,
Like it was
yeah,
really treacle is a perfect inclusion in the name.
yeah.
But my bottle only had 500 mils in it because it went
Oh,
empty real fast.
yeah, yeah.
Greasy
Angels share.
angels.
Yeah. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the lineup as much as I did. I don't know what else to say about it. There's a lot to really enjoy in this one.
Mhm.
I'm still enamored with that Gwen Talkers,
Oh,
as well as the
yeah.
Cleveland.
Yeah, add to basket.
Yep, yep.
Not if I
Uh,
get there first. Just kidding.
That's right. The entire lineup is there in that last link if you guys are looking for it. Just for anybody that's curious as well, the mistletoe and whiskey, we do have a partial bottle at the shop if anybody wants to try it. I mean, that bottle won't last long because I quite enjoy it. Um, and so does Chris in the back, from what I recall. But try it if you want. If you didn't get a whiskey calendar, but we do have full bottles of that as well. Definitely check it out. It's a pretty cool dram. And yeah, thank you, Harmony, for joining me once again. Sorry that you won't be there for the live tastings tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. This was fun. I'm glad I got to try through them at least once, or I guess
Yeah.
twice since we set the lineup.
Mhm.
Really good. Really good
Absolutely.
lineup.
And
It would be hard to choose bottles from this,
yeah,
and knowing you have to cross your fingers and hope that maybe that's third bottle still going to be around after
yeah.
the holidays.
Uh,
But
I think Chris is right. Like you just when in doubt, add to cart. That's the way to go about these things.
Why
the
risk
reason,
it?
yeah,
That's right.
why? Yeah.
And it's and you got to treat yourself as well as you treat others. So that's always important as well. If we don't see any of you until the new year, have a happy holidays and Merry Christmas. Have a happy New Year as well. Those of you that got the whiskey calendar, I hope you're enjoying it. Hopefully, we'll see you on day 5, which is Friday, for the next virtual or the first virtual tasting in that lineup. And beyond that, take care of yourselves and have a great night. Cheers, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Merry
Bye.
Christmas.